got to the top and was sweating, so I ditched my parka and then...
We're Call of the Wyld, and we own 70+ sled dogs. Many of you know us from our tours, but owning this many dogs is a year-round business. And this channel aims to show you what the rest of our lives look like. The adventure, the chaos, and everything in between. Okay, go. What do you got?
Pearl and Jane.
Are they gonna leave for you? It's windy! So it's a bit windy.
After loading up my team of 8 huskies, we were off to my first 100-mile race to the sky.
Where are we headed?
To Dillon, Montana.
We were going to Lincoln.
Lincoln, that's right. That's where we're going, Lincoln.
And who do we have with us?
Rachel. Since Lincoln is a 6-hour drive, we did make a pit stop in Dillon for the dogs.
Michael, where are we at?
Dillon, Montana.
Who's this?
Annie Oakley.
Where are we?
Three Bears Motel, Lincoln, Montana.
Sheila has already tested out the bed. Dog free. Yeah, and they knew we were coming because they gave us a little taste of home.
Next on the agenda was our pre-race meeting. This included catching up with new and old musher friends and a detailed look at the trail. After dinner was the bib drawing, which I drew bib 10.
We are at the Montanan post pre-race meeting. Michael, what'd you learn? Michael's not paying attention. How do you feed your dogs?
Take a bucket, put a meat block in it and thaw it, then we break it up.
What kind of meat?
Beef.
I smell like beef.
And then we add 1/3 of a bag of kibble, First Mate Pet Foods, high performance blend. Mix it together in a soup-like mixture.
I gotta focus, I'm shifting the soup mode.
With psyllium powder and sometimes some other things.
All right then, keep your secrets.
And then feed it to the dogs.
And clearly they are so excited about drinking water.
Water sucks. Gatorade is better.
Layla doesn't really want to be a sled dog, but I think she wants to eat like one. Rachel, what did you learn?
Actually, I wasn't aware that we had an assignment.
More about the trail, which is great because I didn't know anything about it before and I was a little nervous. That we can help a little bit more for like feeding dogs and stuff in the checkpoints than we could at the last race, so that's kind of exciting. Yeah, I'm super stoked.
Tell us about the race.
I'm nervous that I'm going to miss a turn and take my dogs off the trail.
Everybody stay calm!
I'm excited to see how they do.
Bonnie!
Pick this back up when we drop them tonight. Good morning, Layla. Day 1 of the race. Morning, Rachel.
We'll see you at the race. Once we got to the race, each dog was checked by a vet. A pink mark on their shoulder meant an all clear. Our dogs got extra compliments for being friendly.
After vet checks, it was time to meet the public, and our dogs made lots of friends. And you know I made Michael sneak away for a quick photo op. Any thoughts, Annie and Rachel?
She needs to be in the chair to rest up properly for the race, I'm pretty sure.
Michael, how are you feeling ahead of this race with still 2 hours to go?
I'm getting impatient.
Which dogs are you going to lead today?
Annie and Jane.
Why not Pearl?
Because I need a partner for Lance, and her and Lance run good together.
Thank you. Good luck on your race today.
This is Pam Beckstrom. I own Adirondack Sleds and Equipment. I'm a 40-year volunteer at Race to the Sky.
Michael, which sleds do we exclusively use for our tours?
Adirondack Sleds.
Woo!
After equipment checks, the team started lining up.
Sit bandit. Kill him on, folks.
Finally, it was our turn to head to the start line. It's hard to ignore the nerves at the start of any race, especially knowing we had 50 miles till the next checkpoint, but I also couldn't help but feed off the excitement of the dogs. I knew we were ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Woo! You got this, Michael! Woo! And then he was off. Rachel and I watched the last few teams take off, cleaned up our staging area, and made our way towards the Whitetail Ranch checkpoint. But of course we had to make a coffee run first. Little did we know the all-nighter that we were about to pull. How's the food?
Incredible.
Incredible.
It's always incredible.
After a hot meal and prepping all the supplies for when Michael would get in, it was time to wait and watch the teams come in one by one. And to keep warm, you guessed it, more coffee. We were told in years past that we'd see the line of headlamps heading down the mountain, but the heavy snow made each headlamp a complete surprise. Good dogs! Good dogs! Hi, good job! As you might imagine, driving a team of dogs at night through a blizzard down a hill means we didn't get much footage on the trail. And I'll learn later that Michael lost his glove trying to access the GoPro. So instead, I'll let him tell you what he thought.
The first 50 miles were on a mountain pass and many hours were in the dark. There were also quite a bit of snow falling, making the trail slow going, but the dogs did a great job of keeping on the correct trail.
How you feeling? You look a little frosty.
Got to the top and was sweating, so I ditched my parka and then it's downhill the whole way and I froze.
Oh, you want to switch out layers?
Maybe after I feed.
Okay.
One of the first things you learn in dog mushing is you always feed your dogs before yourself.
After getting Michael a hot meal, we sent him to get a few hours of sleep. This checkpoint was a 6-hour checkpoint, so Rachel and I spent the next few hours trading off between watching the dogs and staying warm inside. Let's see. 1:43. Rachel just switched out with me to go get something hot to drink. I'll get you a little bit. I think Rachel and I would both admit that we were frozen by the end of this, but we were grateful Michael could get some real rest in, and even more grateful for my Canada Goose parka. Whitetail Ranch was kind enough to set up a sleeping area for the mushers, but now it was time to get to work.
After a few hours of sleep, the dogs and I were ready to go. We checked each paw and then put booties on. I was excited for the next 50 miles, knowing we were counting down from halfway. The next section included some plowed snow roads, which would make for a faster run.
All right. Good luck. Love you. And just as soon as they came in, they were gone. And we were all headed to the finish line. The lack of sleep finally caught up to us, and it was time for a well-deserved nap. And you guessed it, more coffee. Okay, we are at Sealy Lake, and we have coffee. And Layla is very upset that we brought her to the race. But Michael's how many miles out?
Like just under 10.
And they seem like they're doing pretty good from the tracker, so.
They rock.
They rock.
No, it's backwards.
Well, we'll see them when they get in. Okay, now I need to do like a cool transition. Cue cool transition. Having a little sewing party. They're broken gear. Go into the finish line to wait for me, Michael. The finish line was much less chaotic than the start line, but every team coming in had such happy dogs. And no one will be surprised that I instantly started crying seeing Michael cross the finish line. Good dogs!
When we hit the county road, I asked a volunteer if I was going the right way. When he said yes, it's just up the road, I breathed a sigh of relief. I knew at that moment we were going to finish the entire 100 miles. I knew we did it together.
What feeding on, Michael?
Some glycocharge.
And what is that?
Yeah, it's like Gatorade for dogs.
And they love it. Winding down from the race, we make sure the dogs were watered and had plenty of extra treats.
Annie ran and ate all 100 miles.
Annie! And what about Yeti?
Probably 60 Indian miles.
Oh boy. You want to say anything to First Mate?
Thanks for sponsoring us.
If you're wondering what it takes to run 100 miles, I can tell you that it starts with high quality food.
Thanks to my mom and Tim for sponsoring our race season.
The last event was the 100-mile finishers banquet. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and go watch another.
And if you have your own race story, we'd love to hear it in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, stay wild.